We're popping our pussy. We're popping our podcast pussy right now. Here we go. Okay. All right. So, what were your highs and what were your lows of this week?
Oh my. I would say my highs were the tacos I just crushed from Chipotle.
Delicious, yes.
I got a pedicure, so my feet look and feel amazing. She was really nice too.
Oh,
I know. Love her.
That
I
makes
will be going back.
Good. That makes a difference when they're nice.
Right? What else? I had another one, but of course I forgot it. Well, it's kind of both a high and the low. I have enjoyed fighting with people in our comment section, but it's also a low that we are getting so much hate.
Yeah. I mean,
but also fuck them.
Right. I actually was telling Brian that, like, when I took my nap, because it was, anyways, I guess this was a moment because I was like, when I woke up from my nap, I was like, you know what? The internet's like a dream. It's not reality. I was like, a dream can be powerful. A dream can influence you. And, you know, there can be repercussions from a dream, but it's not real. Like, the internet's not real. And Brian was like, oh, honey, you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. I'm actually great. I'm actually great because, like, I'm out and about and everyone's so nice and I get compliments all the time and people treat me like a human and it's only on the internet. It's like when people are like, just go to the gym. Like, bro, both of us do go to the gym, but even if we didn't, like, you would still treat us like crap either way. Like, it doesn't matter. So it's just like, what a weird dream we've been having these past couple days, but it's not real.
It's like, oh, honey, are you losing it?
Yeah. He was checking on me like, you okay? You okay? And that's kind of like, that was my low of, like, having to, the energy of the comments. I have the same low as you. It was like, got to me for a second. And then I was like, girl, you are so blessed and so privileged. And, like, these are children. Like, these are children. No one treats you like this in real life. Like,
yeah.
I even if,
they wouldn't say that stuff in person either. That's the thing. They wouldn't say that shit to our face.
No.
I hope they do. Bring it.
That's your Sagittarius. If someone said that to me in front of Brian, he'd be like, come here. All right.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and he'd be like, let's have a little chit chat there, bud, about respect. Where's your mother? These
I'm gonna teach someone some manners.
Literally, you're about to call your pop and tell him what he did, what you did, you know. I
actually was thinking about why yesterday, when you were so upset about it, I was like, why is this not getting to me in the same way? I was trying to explore that feeling for myself, because it would make sense if people are saying negative things to you. It would hurt. And the best conclusion that I've come to so far is that I really have faked it until I made it, as far as being like an egomaniac when I was deeply insecure inside. Now I actually feel more confident. The power of positive thinking. The power of delusional thinking.
Exactly. The power of delusional thinking, but I love it. I need to get on that delusional level. Yeah, they got to me for like a minute, and then I was like, it's just like, it's exhausting because, like, you know, it's just exhausting.
I even got tired of it. I was like, oh my God, like, you guys are all saying the same things.
Right. It's not fun anymore.
Eventually it's just worry about your hairline. Like, it just kind of got tiring.
I love that, though. I love that. I loved that you changed the bio and everything. Like, I loved it. I was like, Hayley's been here. Like, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hayley's been here. I would say my high would be, I did get one of those, I got influenced by the influence girlies. They get me every time. I got a walking pad because it's been rainy here and I don't want to like when it's rainy during Taurus season, like my Taurus moon is like we are not leaving the house today. We're going to
Absolutely.
curl up, have a snack, take a nap. And I'm like, well, you've walked like 30 steps today, so
Yeah.
maybe we'll do a hamster moment. So I got one of those walking pads, and it's literally like in the living room. And like we were watching The Last of Us or something, and I was like walking on it. And I was like, I literally feel like a hamster. Like I love it. I like it. It's because it was raining outside. And I was like, I don't want to leave my house. So when I'm in depressy episodes, I'll just be a hamster and get on my walking pad.
That's really good though. Does it like attach? Does it have a desk attachment?
No, Brian's gonna build me one because I want to be able to work and walk.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be able
Right.
to work and walk, but we haven't gotten there yet. So, another high is that Brian learned how to be a little bartender, and I'm drinking
Ooh.
instead of wine. We're gonna get turned up because I'm drinking a woohoo that he
What's a
made me.
woohoo?
It's like peach schnapps.
Ooh.
Um, you're supposed to use vodka, but I'm a rum girly. So peach schnapps,
Mm-hmm.
rum, white rum, and cranberry sauce. Cranberry sauce? Cranberry juice? That would be disgusting sauce. Cranberry juice. So it's delicious and so good for my uterus.
It does sound really good.
Oh my gosh, it slaps,
I'm
Haley.
imagining cranberry sauce in it, like from Thanksgiving, like the can just like wiggling.
Yeah, disgusting. Of course. Okay. All right. What are we talking about today in this episode?
We are talking about fat feel goods. Moments where you have felt good about being fat or in your fat body as opposed to when you would feel like shit about it. Kind of like what we talked
Yes.
about last week.
Yes, yes. We are recovering from the fat phobic episode. That was a super
Mm-hmm.
heavy topic and it was really heavy for us. But luckily, we're finding more people on TikTok in our community. So we've both followed some really incredible creators. I commented on one of them's post today. And I don't remember their name, but their content was amazing. So luckily, we're finding our people.
Mm-hmm.
But this week is just going to be the feel goods. So let's go ahead and get into it. Do you want to start, Haley? Do you want to start with some of your feel goods?
I could do that.
Okay. Okay.
I was looking whenever I got into the outline, I saw your list and I was like, oh no, did I do this wrong?
No, your list is the right list. I didn't know what we were doing, so I was like, anything that makes me happy. Like,
I think
ma'am.
that applies too, though. I was
I
like,
do
did I
too.
get too like systemic about this? Because my first one is when the waiting room has those extra wide chairs. You
Yes.
know the ones.
Yes.
They're the
Oh yeah,
best.
those are my favorite. Those are my favorite. Welcome to the plus size section, everyone. Today we're talking about the fat feel goods, and the first up is the extra wide waiting room chairs.
Oh
The
yeah.
best. The
They
best.
really are. If they'll hold your big juicy ass, or they'll also hold your
Mhm.
purse. Or both.
Exactly. Or
Love
both.
it.
Or both. Obsessed with it. Obsessed with it. Maybe we should do like back and forth seas. Let's do that. Let's do
Mm-hmm.
a cute little popcorn moment. Okay. Mine would be my first one is bralettes that fit and make me feel sexy. Ever since bralettes entered Torrid, I don't think I've worn a padded bra since. I think that padded bras should just be burned goodbye. Um, because they make me feel yucky. Like push-up bras, like I get it, but because I'm so wide-chested, when I wear push-up bras, I just have to be like boop, and it's like tits right up here, just right
Yeah.
on my throat. So like I love bralettes. I feel like they just make me feel good, and then it's just like it doesn't matter what size I am when I'm yo-yoing. If I'm at my heaviest, if I'm at my lightest, like I'm always like, if I find a really good bralette, which I haven't been able to find any in Target, I haven't been able to find any in Walmart or anything like that, but Torrid has some really good ones. Um, so yeah, that's one of my make me feel good about being fat. I like it. Okay.
I would agree with that though. Like ever since COVID started, I feel like I've worn an underwire bra like once a year, maybe twice max. And if I can avoid it at all cost, I will. I
Yes,
actually
that's
just got some from Parade. I tried them out and they're so comfortable.
I haven't tried them yet.
I'm obviously I was about to be like, oh, I'm wearing one now, but I can't do that. But it's just super comfy and it breathes really well. I felt like
Oh.
the Torrid ones made me like hot and sweaty, which is just very typical for me.
Oh god.
I know.
Your turn. Your turn, hot stuff. Your turn.
Literally hot stuff.
Literally. Like that's what I'm gonna call you now. It's just hot stuff. You go, hot stuff. Your turn.
When you're shopping in real life and the store has your size
Yes, absolutely.
in whatever you're looking for.
We actually we did a questionnaire
Mm-hmm.
on our Instagram where not a questionnaire, but where they could submit their experiences. And that was one that we got was, and they didn't tell me if I could say their name or not. So if this is you, put your name in the comments. Tag yourself in the comments. But they said being able to walk in a store and see my size, even if it's a plus size store, shopping off the rack is great.
Mm-hmm.
It
Hard
really
agreed.
is. Hard
It
agreed.
is.
It's so sad that that's even like, hey, it makes me feel good that this retail store has my size. That's a
Right?
fat feel good. Ah, okay. But it's so true. That's why I'm such a
It is.
torrid girly, even though like, we know. I think we all know that torrid could improve. But there's nothing like going to the
Big
mall or
time.
going to a shopping center and them having your size and being like, yay, I can
True.
try this on.
I do think that Target has gotten better, but I am still very mad at Old Navy for doing away with their inclusivity in the stores.
Yes,
It That was the best.
it
That
was
was so cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
I was so like I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it when I saw that online that they were like people were like when the community was like, hey, like towards saying like they're not. I mean, shit. When the community said that Old Navy wasn't going to be carrying as many sizes
Mm-hmm.
in their fits, I was like, there's no way. And then I went to Old Navy in my town and I was
Yeah.
seeing all these like cute dresses and they were only going up to extra large. And I was
Yeah.
like, wait a second. Last summer I spent like $500 on clothes because I mean, we can that's a problem in itself. But we can like I spent $500 because it was like they fit me. Like
Yeah.
it was in style, it was trendy. Like I couldn't believe it that I could wear these dresses and they had them in my size. And this year it's literally dog shit.
Yeah. I think my store, last time I was there, I think was last month sometime. And they still have like a few random things in
Hmm.
like an actual plus size 2X or larger, but it's random.
Yeah.
Like when I was digging through jeans, they might have like a 20, they would have a 28, not a whole lot in between. Like it was just extremely random, and that's not a feel good experience either. Like I was able to find jeans to try on, but a lot of it was like, well, I'm going to see if this works. And
Right.
I'm only like a size 20 to 22. So that
Flex.
is, I don't mean it that way, but like,
No, I'm proud of you. That's why I said it. I'm proud of you.
thank you. For context, I at my at my highest weight I was a size 30 and couldn't even shop in Torrid for
Hmm.
most things because they don't even carry above a 4 in a lot of things. So I think the Torrid could also do better.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're supposed to be the safe haven. So yeah, they really
Mm-hmm.
could. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's very random. It's not, it used to be every single style there was a 4X.
Yeah.
And I loved that. I loved being able to go in there and just pick out the same article of clothing that someone wearing a medium was buying. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, it would just made such a huge difference in my life, and I missed
Yeah.
that. I was very disappointed. That's definitely not a fat feel good.
No.
Um, you know what is though? When I see back tattoos on fat bodied people.
Mm-hmm.
I posted this on my stories today about how like I'm that meme that you talked about, like the bumpers. Like anyway, shit.
Speaking of bumpers.
Speaking of bumpers, I posted on my story a picture, the meme of those two bumpers really close, and I was like, I'm this close to scheduling just like a major back tattoo. I mean, like neck down, even with
Ooh, that
these,
is
yeah.
expensive and
Oh,
painful.
I know, but the tension between us is so hot. I'm about to get
Don't do it.
I'm sorry. Oh, it's like I look at my credit cards and I look at my artist and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
should
Yep.
we? Should we? Anyways, so when I see larger people with back tattoos and pictures of larger people with back tattoos, I'm just like, like it's like it just the serotonin and dopamine that
Mm-hmm.
hits my brain is just like sends me. So yeah, that's on my fat feel goods list.
Love that. I feel like there are a lot of placements aside from a back tattoo for me that is like it feels good. Like your sternum, your stomach tattoo is
Mm.
not something that, like 10 years ago, big people would typically try to get. I remember whenever some of my friends, when we were younger, I wanted like a rib piece. And one of my friends was like, oh, I could never do that because my stomach is so big. And that just, in hindsight, like that's really sad to think. Like it's just skin. It's a tattoo,
Yeah.
like, it's a tattoo venue. Do it
Mm-hmm.
up, shit.
Mm-hmm. 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 Cheers
All
to that.
right. My next fat feel good would be when your friend remembers your seating preferences at restaurants.
Oh,
Like, remembers that you don't want to sit in those shitty outdoor chairs. I still hate them.
yes. Yes.
And doesn't, some people don't like to sit in booths. And obviously, we can keep our own selves in mind, but it's nice whenever you don't always have to advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
It's
I
nice to let
mean,
someone else do that
absolutely, because I
if they
feel like
remember.
right. I mean, if your friends know you and like you
Hmm.
accommodate your friends and your friends accommodate you, so um that's always a great feeling. Like I'm a booth girly because I like the
Hmm.
privacy of a booth, but I do like that Brian or, people that I'm with, they tend to like look at the table and the gap of the booth and they'll be
Hmm.
like, "Hey, like let's push this back." And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh, thank you." Because like it's so
exactly.
embarrassing. It's so embarrassing when you don't fit. And then to have the people that love you and support you be like, hey, like, or let's sit outside. And because they have like actual metal chairs that are welded together and you're good, girl. Like, it's like, yeah, like,
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
nice. That's nice.
There's
Yeah.
like nothing worse than a booth that's too small. It's so uncomfortable.
It's so uncomfortable. Cause like you want to be a booth girly. You want to be a booth
Hmm.
person. You don't want to like one of my like anxiety trigger points is having to sit at a table in like the middle of the restaurant where
Mm.
your chair is back to back with another chair because like as a larger person I'm like oh no like
Yep.
it's just I hate it. I feel like I'm on display
Yeah.
and I know that it's like just my anxiety doing that but I hate it. So yeah, that's definitely a
Totally
fat
get
feel
it.
good for
Yeah.
sure. Hmm. One of mine, I'm like popcorning my own. I would say where when a friend will post me, I think that that's on yours too.
Mm-hmm.
Yours is better though. Can I read it? Like, can we share this one?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's tag
Because I
team it.
like because I like when you're like when my friends want me in the photo instead of just being the photographer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I can't tell you how many times I've been with people. I mean, I even did this in Costa Rica, and they were very loving, of course. But I was like, "Hey, like, do you guys want me to take photos of you?" And then that was like my way of like warming up to ask them to take photos of me
Yeah.
because people don't know your anxieties, right? People don't know your anxieties. Your anxieties, your triggers, like, aren't necessarily someone else's problem. So they don't know that I'm scared to ask them to take photos of me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like we just met. So when I was like, hey, and I was like, I volunteered to take photos of them because the lighting was just perfect. And then I was like, hey, like, do you mind taking photos of me? And like Brian, who is just like my entire heart. Um, Shout out to Red Leaf Ranch. I think that's his. Isn't that his Instagram? Hold on. This is important. This is important for the context. Hold on.
Whole heart doesn't know the Instagram handle.
I know.
Damn. Double
Okay.
homicide.
A double homicide. Okay. So I was taking pictures of Brian, who is like my whole heart. I love him. He is at Red Leaf Ranch. And I was taking pictures of him. He was having his like Instagram model moment because he's just fucking stunning. And I was like, hey, do you mind taking pictures of me? And he was like, he got the angles, baby. He was like, work the pussy, like the lighting. Yes. Like he gave me the exact same energy I gave him. And I cannot express to you how much that felt to me. And then he like posted me on his Instagram. And I was just like,
Aw.
should we run away together? Like, are we in love? Like, I
That's
fucking
so
love it.
great though.
Yeah.
Even like putting the same energy in. That's like a
Yes.
whole other level of awesome because there's absolutely people even it doesn't even have to be about like a weight thing, like they just don't care the same way. They don't put that
Right.
effort in. They'll be like, "Okay, click, you're done." And it's like,
Yes.
"How did it look?" All right, I guess.
Yeah, like why are you here? Why are
Mhm.
like I love like I don't know, like I love those partners that are like they know their partner's good sides and their partner's angle. Like the Instagram husbands, or Instagram boyfriends that they used to call them. Like I kind of
Yeah.
love that because sometimes you need someone that's like, "Oh no, babe, like turn this way, like do this." Like, you know what I mean? Like put your shoulders back cuz right now I'm rounding them, right? They're like, "Put your shoulders back and look, and it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, you need that energy." So yeah, that's definitely a fat feel good. Sorry. I kind of combined it ours because yours was
That's
better.
okay.
Yours was the best one.
Thank you.
You're the best. You're the best.
We're number 1. We're number 1. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. When you see family for the first time in a while and they don't say anything about your appearance, amazing.
Incredible. I mean, it's the best feeling when you just yeah, that's the best.
I
It's
don't
really
see mine
nice.
nearly as often as as you see yours though. So,
I mean,
that
even though I see mine, I didn't tell you. So Carolyn and Tate's wedding was on Saturday.
mhm.
I love you guys, and I was their officiant. So I was in this like really pink dress, as you saw. My hair was done, and
Mhm.
I was just like, "Yay, so pretty!"
You looked
Um,
beautiful.
Thank you. I went to drop off my dog because my mom was pup sitting for us because it was far
Mhm.
away. And I saw my mom on Wednesday. I see my mom all the time. Um, yeah, yeah, you look really pretty. Why didn't you paint your toenails?
What?
And I
If
was
people
like,
are checking out your feet at that level, like, they're kind of low key weird to do that in public.
there were 8 people in attendance to this very private, very loving, intimate ceremony. And I knew that going in. Like, why didn't I paint my toenails? Because, ma'am, I didn't think about it, but thank you, Triple Libra, for pointing that out. That makes me feel fantastic about myself. So, yes, when you see your family for the first time forever and they don't comment on your appearance, that's a miracle. You have
Mm-hmm.
captured a moment in time that is magic. Yeah, I
My
don't get
mom
that.
has like my mom has like 6 Libra placements, so it's truly a miracle if it does
Mm,
happen.
it is.
All the
It
love to
is.
my mom, but
Yeah.
there is, the Sagittariuses and Libras are just very different in terms of their taste and like what they like. So there's that at play as well. But she has some
Yeah.
exacting standards for how she thinks things should look.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, Brian and I both are
Yeah.
Libra suns. And like, you know how I
Mm-hmm.
am about my house. Like the Libra has oozed off when it comes to the presentation of my home. I like to be the funny one, just like us. I think that's why Sagittarius and Libras get along so well because we are very similar.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that Sagittariuses tend to be like, it is what it is. Like, I am the moment, so you accept me in the form that I am, because this package, no matter how it's presented to you, is fantastic. Where Libras are like, this package is fantastic. I curated it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So when I was, that's,
how
so
how we look right now is it matches up with that perfectly.
it does.
Like I
It does.
told you, I was like, I'm gonna be casual. You look
Yes.
amazing, like a model. Your little highlight just gleaming.
Thank you. I knew you makeup girly. I knew you would see my little boop.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, this is from my Kylie Cosmetics era. It's
Oh.
the highlighters will send you to outer space. Some of her highlighters, Lord have mercy. But when you came on, like you're like casual, but you're still like, I'm here. Like, yes, thank you.
Yes.
You're welcome. And I'm like, hi. And it's like curated for you. For you.
Like
It's a
I'm
surprise.
comfy for me.
Yes. Yes. But we have the pleasure of viewing you. Like that's so Sagittarius. Like, you're lucky I'm here. Like I showed up. Here's your
I could be
gift.
asleep right now.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes.
Oh.
I saw you looked at my list too, because some of yours are mine too, and mine were here first. Okay. But that's the thing, like, I mean, I'm looking at your list and I'm like, looks awfully familiar to my list that was here first, but cool.
So, all right. So I will say the last two, the last two
Hmm.
were inspired by your list, but I'm being 100% for real. Everything above that was copy and pasted from the email I sent myself last night at midnight.
Okay. All right.
And I was just a little loopy,
A
we'll
little,
say.
little, little loopy. A
Hmm.
healing moment. Indulging in a healing moment.
So you can pause. You can cut this little tidbit of what I'm about to say, but I wrote this one with you in mind. When you set a boundary about food and diet discussion and it's respected,
Yeah.
you know,
I know.
you can
I
cut the
know.
sass, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's super important to do that though. All sass
Yes.
aside.
Yeah. It is. Like, because it creates a healthier relationship with you and the person that you're putting that boundary up, and it does make you feel good. It makes you, that person then becomes safe, and I feel
Hmm.
like you become safe for them too. So because everybody has
Right.
insecurities, and we on this podcast talk about our insecurities, and we give you the fat perspective, but at the end of the day, like, we are just two people, and every single person has an insecurity, has that internal voice that is holding them back, creating a narrative that isn't true in their head. So when you set that boundary around that insecurity, which for us is food and
Mm-hmm.
is the discussion of diets, is a discussion of our bodies. Like, hey, like you, if you want to maintain a relationship with me, you do not get to discuss what I'm putting in my mouth and what my body looks like. And that's it.
Amen.
And I love you to death. We can have a very healthy relationship and I will not comment on the same, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And it just is amazing when it's respected. Sometimes they're going to waver, because they have their own internalized stuff going on. But for the
Mm-hmm.
most part, it does create such a healthier relationship. Such a healthier relationship.
Yeah.
Um, I actually we went to IHOP today to eat because my husband wanted IHOP. And there was a larger young lady, um, there was a larger female presenting person that was sitting in a hoodie, like a zip up hoodie. And they were
Mm-hmm.
younger. And I could, like, I'm in this dress today where you can, like, see my tummy. And I got me these little Sunday pancakes that has, like, little ice cream, little sprinkles, because I was a good girl and I went to the doctor today and my labs were good. And I was like, yum.
A
So I
treat.
was like, a treat for me. And I was eating my little pancakes and I was so happy. And like, I saw them see me like doing my little happy dance and like they could see my tummy and my tattoos. And I watched them unzip their hoodie. And I was like, I'm going to cry right now. Like, yes, yes, babe, unzip your hoodie. Like, I'm over here eating putting in my body what my body wants. These pancakes are not going to make me, I'm not going to gain a pound from these pancakes. They're just
No.
they're just two pancakes. Like, come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No bad
Absolutely.
foods.
That's so beautiful. I
That's ugh,
That's the
yeah,
power of just practicing self-acceptance. People see
exactly.
it, it's like a ripple effect. People will see it and be like, maybe I can get there one day too.
Right.
That I just want to hug that random person, you
Me
know?
too. That's been the whole journey of like me putting myself out there. I've noticed that the people I'm around, especially the people I'm closest with, they're like, oh, well, like I'm gonna wear that too. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna treat my body like shit, and I'm not gonna talk to myself like shit anymore because I'm seeing you not do it, and you're healthier. And I'm like, yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
we spend so much time putting ourselves down for fucking what? Like,
Right.
no. Enough people don't fucking like us. I'm not gonna be one of those people. I'm gonna be in my fucking corner. So care if you're there or
Exactly.
not. Little tootie,
Preach.
little tootie at the end. Okay. So let's see. Blah, 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 blah. I would say when one of my fat feel goods is when my husband loves on my body. Um, Especially the parts that I don't like you said. Same.
Mm-hmm.
Same, bro. Same.
Oh yeah.
It's like at first I literally almost didn't get with my husband because of the stereotype of a thin, lanky man with a larger woman. I was like, I'm not going to be a joke, bro. So I literally like almost didn't get with him because of that. And then I know,
Wait,
yeah,
what's what's the stereotype? Is that he doesn't really like you? I don't know if I know that one.
it's that you're a fetish.
Oh.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
was like, I'm not gonna be some dude's like, I'm not gonna unconsently. I don't know. I'm not gonna be someone's fetish without consent. So I
Right.
was like, I'm not gonna get with you, because you don't know that this is a fetish. Um, and then it was like, it turned out not to be.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, he like stuck around, right? And I was like, all right, maybe. And he does like my body, but he likes my body when I'm bigger. He likes my body when I'm smaller. He just likes to love on me, and that
Mm-hmm.
makes me feel so loved in a
Right.
body that I thought was never going to receive love, that I was told would never be worthy of love. And it's like, no, he's like, come on over here, little lady. Let me rub up on your tummy. And I'm like, okay, all right.
That's so true though. I think my current relationship, well, I don't know why I said it like that. My relationship with my husband,
My
love
right
you,
now.
sweetie.
Who
No,
listens to this podcast?
he's gonna
Shout
come
out.
home after this airs and be like, "How could you?"
Shout out to husband number one.
No, the only husband I could ever have. But anyway, that is being with Jax is probably the first time where I genuinely felt like he liked my body as it was. And it wasn't just like he obviously he likes me as a person, but it wasn't that he loved what was inside and just tolerated the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Like he loves the whole kit and caboodle. Like I fluctuated in size very drastically over the course of us being together almost 6 years now. And after I got weight loss surgery, I was really afraid that um I was afraid to become one of the statistics where, the marriage doesn't work out because of it, because it is more of a fetish, or, you know, the husband just prefers, you know, prefers a larger body.
Mm.
But he, no change. Honestly, I mean, me being more agile has helped things, but he loves my body just as much now as he did at my highest weight, as he did when we first met. And
Exactly.
my looks have changed a bazillion times.
Yeah, I think that's so important. And I also think that statistic is, I do think that a lot of men, maybe not a lot, I do think that some men get with fat chicks, and that's how, like, they would say it. That's why I said it that way.
Absolutely.
Because, like, there's no competition.
Mm-hmm.
And so when the fat chick loses weight and then becomes desirable, I really feel like that then becomes like a threat to them, and their ego can't take it. So they
Mm-hmm.
bounce and they create
Yeah.
problems. And then that's where the separations come into play.
Yeah.
Because it was never about the person to begin with, it was
Yeah.
about the security that
Having
came
someone
along.
versus like, yeah, having just
Yeah,
having someone to be with rather than picking someone that you really do want to be with because of who they are.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
I mean, we'll get into that aspect of it more in another episode when we do talk about intentional weight loss.
Hmm.
The post op experience, as far as my marriage has went, was not 100% bump free. He's a human, he has his own insecurities, but thankfully we were able to talk about those honestly and work forward. And it was never about his reaction to my size, it was him reacting to his own anxieties because
Hmm.
he didn't want me to leave him.
Right.
So
Yeah,
hope he's okay
facts.
with me putting that out there. But
We'll see if it makes it in editing. We'll see.
it'll
All
be
right.
fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So let's finish up here. You give your
Yeah.
last one, I'll give my last one, and we will close it out.
I think I'm actually out of ones.
Oh my god, I think you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We tag teamed
So
one, so yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
That's okay.
Um let me see. I
Ooh, can I
think
do one of yours?
yeah, please.
Because I hope I'm not stealing the one you're about to say, but a movie or show with a big person that is just a normal character and doesn't focus on their weight or them being the supportive fat friend.
Yes.
Love that.
Love it.
So rare too.
It's normally like I'm noticing it more and more in animated movies. Like
Mm-hmm.
that movie with the red fox. What was it called?
Oh, was it Turning
Red
Red?
Panda? Turning Red. I think it was Turning Red. Yeah.
Okay.
There
Yeah.
were, I think so. There were like, I think there was two. I think the main character was like a little bit thicker than portrayed as their thin-bodied friend. And then I think there was
Mhm.
another thicker character, and there were no comments of their bodies. They weren't treated differently. They had the same like character arcs. I mean, the main character had like, the arc, but like it wasn't like, oh, I have to be like the funny fat friend or the fill-in or, anything like that. Like I love that. I think that's
Mhm.
why I wanted to like Mike and Molly so bad when I first saw it, because I was like, yes, like a show about two big people, like yay. And then the entire show centered around fat phobia and about
Yeah.
how like it was just fat. It's just fat jokes after fat jokes after fat jokes. And
Yeah.
like Mike is the funny fat guy and he gets made fun of and picked on by his friends because like, love you, bro, just kidding. And then, Molly's parents and sister, she has the hot sister. And her mom is super skinny and they make jokes about what she's eating and saying like, oh, like, I left some pie for you. And it's like, it was a nightmare. So it's like,
Yeah.
I love it when I see just like fat people portrayed as people in the media. That makes me
Yeah.
feel so good.
Yeah.
So good.
I
Warms my
also
little
I
heart.
also like when there's movies or TV shows that just kind of accurately depict the fat experience. I'm trying to remember. I think it's Shrill, 80 Bryant's show that was on Hulu for a while. It was so
Oh, I didn't
good,
watch it.
and it was
Was
just
it?
like, it was really really good and just very so. Some of it honestly was kind of sad, but I think for a lot of millennials, like her character's experience in the show is really relatable. And then there was another movie that was on Netflix. The name's escaping me, but it was about a high school girl who was fat. Her mom was played by Jennifer Aniston, and she was actually the love interest. I can't remember the name of
Yes.
the yeah. The hot guy genuinely wanted to be with her, not as a secret, like not as a joke, like I remember watching that and I just fucking bawled at the end of it because it was just so different.
So different. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
seeing like commercials for that. And I think it's funny
Yeah.
when we get comments that are like, stop making being fat your personality trait. I couldn't not
Hmm.
like make content about being fat, because even if I made content about tarot,
Yeah.
spirituality, witchy stuff, you'd still be like, fatty.
Yeah.
Like it's
We
like,
could
okay,
not mention it at all and they would still bring it to the
it
comment
would
section.
still be brought up. So like,
Like, the
yeah, it's
problem's not
part.
us.
No, no, it's not. Okay. So I think my last one will be when I don't feel the need to edit my own photos, because I was a Facetune girly. I was a
Same.
photoette. Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I still will add lashes and I will die on that hill.
Really?
If I don't, yes, if I can't, cause like, okay, I love fake eyelashes. If I could
Hmm.
get extensions, I would. I got extensions one time. I'm allergic to the glue. Remember, it was a horror movie. I still
Yeah.
want to,
Worst
but
case scenario ever.
it was so devastating.
RIP.
It was so devastating. So I still want to get them like lifted and
Yeah.
tinted, but I love the way I look with fake eyelashes. So if I try to put on like, because sometimes I'll try to put on fake eyelashes when I'm doing my makeup, and my eyes get super sensitive to even the glue I'm using for the fake eyelashes, so they will start watering, and it's a
Yeah.
no go. I know I can't wear them that day. So I will add them on my picture. I won't change the shape of my face. I won't change anything else, but you better believe I'm going to add lashes if I want to, because it makes me feel good and it's not altering my body. But when I get
Fair.
to a point, you know what I mean? Like, as long as I'm not
Yeah.
altering my body, I still count it as a fat feel good, because I used to edit the hell out of my body. I used to edit my chin to the gods to where it's like, sweetie, you look like the Joker. That's not your face. It's not your face. You have
Sam.
given, yeah, like I would just like the longest, and now I can't do it. Like even if I
Yeah.
wanted to, because my tattoos, right? I nip that in the bud so hard because then my flowers would be all like stretched. You know what I mean? Like I can't do it.
Yeah.
But it makes me feel good. It counts, and it lets me know that I'm further along in my self acceptance journey because I don't feel the need to.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's like that. I'm counting it. Going in the books. It's counted. Yeah.
For sure.
And also fuzzy
I think
socks, but
I
that's
used
not.
oh, that's such a good sensory feel. I whenever I ordered a comfy, I I ordered it when they had this promo that I could get their socks too. They're like fleece lined grippy socks. Oh my god, the best. Literally so comfortable. Just amazing. But
Amazing.
I remember Facetune for sure. I I feel like I was never very good at editing like how my face looked. So after I botched it a few times, I stopped doing that. But I would absolutely like blur like my smile lines. And I think the most I've really tried to stop doing it, but for some pictures I will like edit out like my skin blemishes cuz if I'm not wearing makeup with my rosy complexion, I feel like it's really noticeable when my skin's angry. But I've tried not to do that too
Yeah.
because it's really, it's just my face. It's just
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah. It's just a dream. The pictures are just a dream. The internet's not real. It's a dream. It's fine. And this episode has been a dream that we're all about to wake up from. That's it. Thank you for joining us here at the plus size section. I am Sam Rose Realness.
And I'm unapologetically Hayley.
And we will see you next time. The next episode that we are about to film right now is going to be Today I Fucked Up. So catch us next week for those funny stories. Hayley has some bangers, and I think I have some funny ones too. So thank y'all, and we will see you next week.
Bye, y'all.